Hello, Leo. Welcome to your general reading for November. Hope you're amazing. So, I'm going to have this timestamped in the description box below. You can go to whichever one you want or come back if you want to revisit. It's all there for you, okay? We're going to be here for a little while. Okay, so we're going to do general first, then love, and then the spiritual message for the month to tie it all together, okay? Okay. All right, so let's get into your general energy, Leo. The moon. I'm getting just confusion with this card. It's kind of like you're set on a certain path of what it is that you should be doing, and it's like you're either not sure about it anymore or things have changed. Things have changed. You got a lot of feelings about things now. Interesting. Okay. So, a moment's regret, nostalgia. Yeah. This is wanting to go back to the past. You're going to be fighting a fight of the past. How things were. It's like you're having a hard time in November adjusting to what is. See, you will make it through this. You are. You're having a hard time in November accepting what is, you know? And once you sort of move with the grain or with how things are shifting, you'll find success there. Success is, it's kind of like everyone's doing something. You don't want to do it. It seems not even counterproductive. It just seems like something you're not interested in. But if you go about this way, it'll work. But you're having a hard time in November. It's like you can see how trite or how stupid or how it's not really going to matter if you do or not. But it's like everyone wants you to do it. I'm gonna give you an example really quick. So it's like if you're at a job and everybody's like, okay, so we're gonna switch seats. And you're like, why? And they're like, well, we just want you to switch seats. And you're like, that doesn't make sense. I like my seat, you know? But you can switch seats and then never talk about it again. But in your mind, you're like, I don't understand how switching seats makes us more productive or anything. It's just something that they want to do. So long story short, it's more like just switch the seat, you know? But you're feeling some type of way about why you have to switch the seat. That's so random, right? But that's literally how I view it. Okay. Sorry, give me 1 second. I just realized I had a typo on something because that's when I realize things. Okay, right in the middle of something. Okay, so let's get into a 9-card spread for your general energy. All right, we're coming out the gate. Queen of Pentacles. I can see where this is going. 3 of Wands in reverse. 2 of Pentacles in reverse. 4 of Wands in reverse. Judgment in reverse. 3 of Swords. 10 of Cups. 8 of Swords. King of Cups. You know, I see, Leo, you feel really passionate about things when you need to. And nothing's the matter with that. It just seems like in November, this is a situation where it's kind of like, yeah, you could be passionate about it, but what's the point, you know? It's it's like, yeah, you could fight it, you could stand up and all that, but it really doesn't make a difference, you know. To everyone else, it looks kind of just combative, and I feel like people are seeing things in different ways. Like to you, you're standing up for what you believe in. To them, it seems like combative. Okay. So you're in this energy in November, and I feel like it's been carried over from October of you kind of making your life very comfortable. You're thinking about the long term, you're thinking about how you want your life to be, how you want your life to be. You're building that, you're doing things to produce that in your life. Like that's what your focus is, right? And then I feel like something comes around that just seems counterproductive, it seems counterproductive, and it doesn't seem like it makes sense in the scheme of things. um it's like, why do I have to deal with this? Why do I have to face this? That's what I'm getting. And it kind of goes against you. It's kind of like you're just trying to go about life doing what you need to do, and then something comes in that you have to accept, and you're like, I don't want to accept this, like it was good enough for me to give what I've given so far. um yeah. The thing is, it doesn't really matter. I know that sounds really weird, but it's like if you gave into this, in the scheme of things, it doesn't really matter. It's not really going to affect the bottom line. It's almost a bad choice to fight it. It's almost a bad choice to get on a soapbox about it. Because I feel like it's not going to turn out very well. You know, the stability that you have gathered will be shaken if you do this. Um, it's almost like you can do it now, and you can, and you'll feel good about it, but later you're gonna be like, oh, I shouldn't have did that. So this is like almost like a warning to pay attention to all these feelings you have, and feeling the need to like want to stand up or discuss something, but really in the long term of it all, there really is no point in you doing it. That's what I'm getting with it. Sorry, I'm fixing my microphone. Okay, that's what I'm getting with it. So you could, but it just doesn't seem productive to you in some sort of way. Like it's really not going to help you out. Um, yeah, I'm going to say this. If you want to keep the peace, the emotional security that you have right now, or how you've been feeling, you're going to have to keep this one to yourself, right? And I feel like you're going to have a hard time because you're super passionate about what it is that you want to say. The thing about it is, I feel like your emotions are riled up about it. But just because the emotions are there don't mean that you necessarily have to act on them when they come up. Okay. So that's what this is. It's like you need to keep it to yourself for now. And I feel like I've never said that before. But that's what it feels like. So let me expand on this some more. Three of Cups, Ten of Wands. Yeah. This is somebody else, a job, a situation that already is on the rocks for you. I feel like there's a lot of cattiness, or, it feels like it has a background where you already are a little bit uneasy about the situation or about these people, you know. it already has background. I'll say that. And that background adds to the fact that you want to stand up or you want to be heard, you know. The thing is, you kind of have to choose your battles, you know, because I feel like you want to create limits. You're feeling like, oh, I'm good. I like the way things are. I don't want change. I don't want to be subject to doing what someone else has told me. Like, I'm done with that. You know, it's kind of like you're in that energy where I'm like, I'm about to, make heads roll, That's what it's starting off as. Okay, Four of Pentacles and the Empress. The problem is, if you want to keep the stability that you do have, it's kind of like you have to nurture these shenanigans. And I'm going to call them shenanigans because that's the way you're viewing them. So sometimes we have to be a little bit in the gray area. And that's what this is. This is more like, okay, I want to hold on to stability, the safety, the things that I do have. I'm going to have to just kind of venture out into this new thing that I don't want to do, It's like you got to find pleasure in when I tell you it's going to be hard for you, it's going to be hard for you. So it's like you're going to have to gather your strength, Leo, on what it is you do have to be like, you know what? Let them do it. Let them have it, whatever. Okay. It is. I feel like that is a big thing. Okay. Eight of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles. Yeah. Keep it to yourself and good things will happen. Okay. If I feel like you're just going to have to kind of buckle down and be like, there's a lot of things I want to say. There's a lot of things I see in this situation that don't make any sense or that aren't right. But it's really me speaking out right now or me doing the fighting isn't really going to win the battle. Okay. And that's what I see you doing. It's like kind of admitting that to yourself so you can move forward. It's kind of like I can't beat them, join them, but it ends up being really good for you at the end. Yeah, it ends up being really good for you at the end, even though you're struggling. You're struggling with the idea that you're giving into something that's stupid or that doesn't make any sense. It doesn't feel wrong to me. It just feels like you're not, something, it doesn't make sense. You know that it's stupid, but you're like, you know what? If I don't say anything, it'll make my life a lot easier. And that's what I see you doing. I see you struggling between those emotions in November. But it's so interesting because I get this vibe of, and I'm going to say this is so weird, but I get the vibe of, to you, it feels like it's right to stand up. And in your heart, you're like, I need to stand up. I need to say something. But it's like, but the spiritual energy is like, if you don't speak up, it'll fall on its own. And then you won't be kind of the scapegoat to it. Okay? Okay. Leo, I just got a taste for some boba. So, just a little FYI. After I get done with this, I don't know why I'm telling you all my business, but that's what I do. I have to go get some shots. When I get these shots, swing by and get some boba. Okay, so let's talk about love. Okay, Leo, your love life in November. Two of Wands in reverse. Oof, I don't like that. I I feel like when it comes to your love life, something that isn't planned is going to happen. It doesn't feel bad. It just feels like something unpredictable pops up. Something jumps in the road. Um, it just feels like something you didn't foresee. That's all. Just feels like something you didn't foresee. Playfulness, worth waiting for. Yeah. Um, water off a duck's back is what I'm hearing. So, Leo, in the month of November, you really gonna have to like just let a lot of things roll. Um, I keep getting that for you. Like, you just gonna have to let things like go. You know, you gonna meditate. Lots of meditation. Okay. Um, so it's like stay lighthearted and in love. I feel like your partner is gonna be unable to tie down. Not tie down, but like unable to figure out. Like emotions are a little bit crazy, or the way they're thinking is a little bit off-putting. And you're gonna have to be the one to be like kind of the flexible one, okay? Because I feel like it will play itself out. But you're gonna just have to let it. It's like unpredictable nature is what I'm getting. Okay, so let's do Celtic Cross. Okay. Five of Swords in reverse. Yeah. Ten of Wands in reverse. The Hangman. The Six of Cups. Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Temperance in reverse. Five of Pentacles. I don't know why I skipped my mind. Strength in reverse. Knight of Wands in reverse. Oh, I said a Celtic Cross, didn't I? Let's act like that didn't happen. And the Devil. Okay. I feel like in your relationship, there has been a rekindlement or someone has came back from the past. It's kind of like things were like they were good. They were like in the olden days is the vibe that I'm getting from this. Um, yeah. And it's been good. It's been steady. Things are fine. I don't feel any need to really conversate about it besides that. I do feel like in November there is a change with this Five of Swords in reverse. It feels very much like a change. And what's interesting is I feel like you're willing to negotiate. You know, it's not like you don't want to. Um, you would love to hear things out to make it better and to negotiate. I don't feel like that's a problem with you. Um, the problem is, as the challenge, we have the Ten of Swords and Ten of Wands in reverse. It's feeling like either you're the one that always takes the brunt end of things and it's never the other person, or you're the one that always has to give in, you're the one that always has to sacrifice, and it's getting kind of old. to you. You know, it's not something that you want to you don't want to continue this. You know, like it's not fun for you. And I feel like that's where things are happening. It's like you don't want to be the one that's always pushed to make a change. Why can't it be them? Why can't they have problems? Why does it have to be you? You know, it's kind of feeling almost like you're attacked, but I don't feel like you're angry. It just is like, yeah, that's what it is. So we have the Four of Cups and the Eight of Wands in reverse. So this is like, why does it have to always be me? You know, I just, it's like you just want them to understand that you feel a little bit like backed in a corner, like they're not listening to you, like they're not thinking about your emotions or your feelings about what's happening. It could be that it just feels like you feel ignored. I'm gonna be honest. And it's starting to be overwhelming to you, and you're getting that feeling of, oh, this happens all the time. This is happening way too much, you know. And I feel like with this energy, it's building up to wanting to speak up or wanting to be angry or wanting to make some sort of change. You know, like you don't like it. You don't like it. Okay. Yeah, with the Ace of Pentacles, this is your biggest thing, Leo, is you don't want it to continue this way. Okay, you don't. You don't want the blocks. You don't want to have to always be the one giving. You want things to like change. You don't want to always have issues with money. You don't want it to always be about money or be about this. You know, this is like a consistent thing. And you're like, I don't want it to consistently be like this. That's not what I'm interested in. That's not what I'm interested in. The problem is it's making you feel, or your partner or the situation is making you feel like you're not worthy or not your best self, and you don't like it. Okay, you don't like it, and you don't want to stay here in that energy. You don't want to keep feeling this way. This is not how you want to continue to be. Okay, so again, it's like I'm getting that feeling of like an animal backed in the corner. You know, there's this kind of like this attack mode that comes out. The Hangman, ooh, you're kind of surrendering to it all. This is interesting, Leo. This is like you, yeah. This is like you realizing that logically there's nothing you can do or add to the situation. But I just feel like something's building up here that you don't like. So you're trying to avoid disaster instead of facing it. Instead, you like, I don't want things to blow up. I don't want things to, you know, get out of hand. So I'm just not going to touch it, you know. So that's what I see you doing. Yeah, you're trying to compromise the best way that you can. Okay, Temperance in reverse. Ooh, this is when things start to build up in November. Because you're feeling like it's a little too much. That's what this is. You're being a little bit too nice, and you're caught in the middle of wanting to explode. Yeah. And to not. This is always like, I'm working hard to not get into a fight. So you're doing extra amount. Like you put an extra work in not to argue or not to get involved in this, right? You know what? It's like you know that there is no point to it, but at the same time, it's not really resolving anything. It's not helping resolve it. It's not helping it make it any better. If anything, you're kind of making this person more stuck in their ways because they're seeing it as you're not listening because you're compliant. This is building up into something. Yeah, and there's the devil. This is building up into something. So right now you're the Five of Pentacles. I feel like you don't like this situation. You're starting to feel like it's almost like you just want it to end. You're regretting your decision, but at the same time, you don't want to step out and make anything. You don't want to set any fires off right now. Yeah, you're not taking any chances. You're not taking any chances. Your fear here is, if I let my emotions overtake me, it's going to mess up the stability that we've already grown so far. Okay. So you're like, I'm going to be quiet. I'm going to let things um, die down, but it's building up into something for sure. Yeah. Because I feel like whoever you're dealing with feels like they're not being heard or they're not getting what they want. They do. Yeah. 9 of Wands in reverse and the Page of Pentacles. It's weird. I'm going to say this because I feel like at this point it's less about getting what they want and more about just getting a reaction out of you. Okay. So be aware of that. That's where I see this going. And some it's about money, some it's about stability, some it's about the relationship moving forward. They just want fairness and they feel like you're not listening to them or you're not weighing their options. But you're more like, I'm not speaking up because I know I'm not going to say what you want me to say. So I'd rather not say anything at all. Knight of Wands in reverse. Yeah. Frustrated energy. This is what I'm saying. This is what's building up. Is that frustrating, childish fights in the middle of the night energy. Like somebody just flicking you off for no reason. You're like, what is the matter with you? And you're like, I'm just so angry. You know, like they are just so angry or whatever. That's what this is turning into. Yeah, see? It's going in that direction. It's going in that direction because people are not feeling heard or seen. Okay. And this is where it's ending up. Frustration, anger, madness, a problem that you're going to have to deal with. You know, you don't want to, but you're going to have to eventually. The Sun in reverse, Page of Cups. Yeah. So this is a realization that the way things have been, you've been dealing with things isn't going to work. And needing to open up to a new way of doing things. So this is like being a little bit more vulnerable, slowly opening up. But the problem is it's already gonna build up to a point where I feel like there's gonna be some sort of argument. Yeah, I feel like it is building up, but you're gonna have to tap into that Leo strength with the strength card over here. And not take it down that route, you know? Yeah, it's like you need to have an open conversation, be positive. It's hard, I'm telling you that. I see someone getting a new job or moving to a place that they don't want to move to, or get a job at a place they don't want to get a job at, just to fulfill maybe money constraints or something like that. I feel like that has something to do with someone's energy. Yeah. You know what? It looks like somebody is more willing someone is more willing to live on a budget or to do things a different way than the other person is. The other person just they can't handle the budget. They want to have extra money. They want to travel. They want to spend money like crazy. They want to have all this extra in the bank, something like that. And then you're like, well, I'm okay with just living like this. Like, I'm okay. You know, and I feel like that may be a little bit of the issue here. This is all over the place, Leo. I'm going to stop, though. Okay, let's get into your spirit message. Tie this all up, okay? Okay. All right, Leo. We have prayer, service, and quest. This month takes you through a new journey. a different journey, a journey of vulnerability and submission almost, okay, that you really don't want to go through. But it also builds up a sense of strength in you that you didn't know you had to deal with things and accept things that you maybe haven't before. Um, for you, meditation, I'm telling you, meditation with dealing with others. So all of this has to do with you and someone else. That's what the energy is. It's about how others interact in your life and how you interact with them. So it's like a situation is heavy and it's terrible, but something good can come out of it. You just have to kind of look at it in that way. Again, it definitely has to do with others and the directions that you take to deal with them, like how you use your energy or how you use your conversation, how you move towards people, how you react to them. And this card always talks about vulnerability. You know, it talks about benefit of the doubt almost, or being a little bit submissive. And I hate using that word, but you know. And like I said, it is a journey for you to get a different perspective. I feel like this gives you a different voice. Okay. Not an angry one, not a frustrated one, but just a different kind of voice. Um, Mother Teresa comes to mind right now when I see this card, and it's like, yeah, you can see the turmoil around you, and you can stand on a soapbox and scream about it, or you can start helping people. You know, it's one of those types of things. So, yeah, this is an interesting one for you, Leo. You're gonna have to tell me what's going on, okay? I love you, and I'll talk to you later. Bye bye.